Just recently, a close friend from university asked me what topic my next video will cover. I told him I will show you how I built my video editing machine. He insisted that for a health and fitness channel, that may be the wrong content. Usually when we disagree, he's right more often than me. At least it was the case in engineering related topics in university. I will show you the similarities that come to my mind on 3 different levels. This video will start with the first level. Please tell me your thoughts after this video in the comments below, if you agree with me or with him. This video series may change how you view fitness and health content entirely. Now let's get started. In my last video I didn't notice the huge lag that was occurring in the footage. Although it was in my new setup, I was so used to laggy video editing. I decided to upgrade my setup with the help of a very close friend of mine. We know each other since we can walk and he helped me out a lot. He asked me specific questions for it. What is my budget? What do I want to do with it? What programs I want to use? Do I want to play games with it? And so on. How much time do I have to build it? And when do I need it? These criteria depend on each other, and for me this was a great balance. He told me he will be around the next weekend and could build me the PC. I checked all the delivery dates before ordering and the last package arrived exactly the day he visited me. So he helped me and I did all the things. We unpacked the main board and I did my first mistake right there. He told me not to place it on the conductive material it came in, but rather on the paper packaging to not damage it. The next step was to connect the power and update the software of the main board with a prepared USB stick. This extra step saved me some money for other parts. Installing the CPU was lots of fun. I opened the cage for the sensitive area and placed it carefully with the correct orientation indicated by the triangle. I removed the packaging material as well. The RAM had to be installed on the slots 1 and 3 by opening springs on both sides. The SSD could be placed after removing the cage. Next up was putting the cooling paste on the CPU and placing the cooler on top of it. After also connecting the graphics card to the mainboard, we prepared the case for the whole setup and screwed the mainboard in. It was time for our first test. The test implied that everything works. When we look closer in the BIOS setup, we could see that a part was not found correctly. So we opened the case of the SSD and placed it in there again. After that, it was recognized properly. So finally we succeeded in building my video editing machine. Now, what has all of that to do with sports, nutrition and health? I want to focus on the very top level now. Principles. These principles can be applied on many topics, and my point is that people often fail to make knowledge transitions from different areas. Let's look into it. The first one, goals and constraints. There's a state of something we want to change. It may be a bad editing setup, body composition or weight, performance in anything, and so on. We set ourselves a clear target or a visualization of what kind of state we want to be at. A great setup, a six-pack, or hitting that target line. We have certain boundaries to achieve that goal. Money to spend on coaches, on gym memberships, PC parts, or whatever. How much time we are willing to invest and what priorities do we have. Sometimes we may find out that video editing PC is too expensive and therefore it is better to use our phone, or that some more muscle mass is already enough for us and a six-pack is a too heavy burden for our current life. The next one is the path. We have to think about what do we need to get to that goal. Maybe choosing appropriate components, appropriate workouts, and not neglecting essential things. For a PC, it may be the cooling fan. For a workout plan, it may be the rest time. So these are all must-have components. And I will cover this on the next video. The third principle is feedback. It is essential. We need to know if we are on the right track to reach our goal. We need to find errors and correct them. Maybe a test start to check the BIOS or tracking our current muscle mass, performance, and so on. And correcting that one screw for the SSD or getting more protein or sleep or whatever. So I have two more bonus principles. The fourth one is individuality. Well, for most people, it is easy to understand that some people may only need an office machine or others need a whole workstation with big graphic cards and so on. But they struggle to make that transition to other areas, especially sports or nutrition. So what may be working for you may not be working for me. And understanding that really upsets me when people fall for so-called best nutrition advices, exercises or workout plans. And these recommendations don't say for whom and the constraints, and sometimes they don't even tell the goals. It implies that we are all the same, although we all have different personalities, interests, taste, cultures, needs, and so on. I think it is your task or your coach's task to find out what best really means for you. The last one is emotions. So building the PC was lots of fun for me, and it was especially because I did it together with a close friend of mine. Maybe for somebody else it is quite a different experience. Make sure you love the things you do, at least most of the time. The same goes for anything in sports, nutrition and health related. I think that emotional health is deeply underrated. If I don't feel great during or after workout, or not so often, it's not for me. If your current diet makes you feel often miserable, it may not be the right one for you either. Now, what do you think about all of this? Do you agree that this was a bad choice for a fitness channel, or are you on my side? If not, maybe one of my next videos will change your mind. So this was Dennis. Until next time. Bye.